что ты должна. И особенно здесь столько интересно.
Yeah, I didn't want. Yeah, I'll keep it done. It has a relaxing week. What about you? Yeah, I know. I'm not following the business. Excited for my weekend?
Yeah. It's actually like figuring out what's up with
Yeah.
Yeah.
No? Okay.